clinician, if I had run the program and think I really want to be part of
Yeah.
it, I would.
Yeah, I've got a couple.
You guys would sway me more than I would sway me, and Sharon would.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there.
Fortunately, we only need you to sway us.
So no, that's brilliant. That's really good stuff.
Got to get this program out there everywhere.
I know, I've got a couple of key questions about that in a moment. But there were some additional benefits.
I found other benefits of the program was like you were just saying about the female brain and the male brain. And Sally we had quite a big section on how the brain works.
Yeah.
And sometimes it helped me realise that some of the actions and the things that the kids might say to me, it wasn't sort of personal. It was just really that their brains weren't developed as I just assumed they were. Or
You do, don't
and
you?
the teenage years seem to have sort of creeped up to, I think, like low to mid 20s now.
Yeah.
And so that sort of gave me a bit more context of my daughter's age, because she's nearly 20, and in my mind I'm like, gosh, when I was 18 I was all grown up, and what's going on. So that was really beneficial. And even I think it was the dopamine hits that the boy, that they try and get, and the risky behaviour and those sorts of things. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just starting to understand a bit more, particularly with my son, as to what's going on for him.
That was a good bit. The science was really important, but it wasn't so complicated we couldn't understand it.
Yeah, exactly.
We could actually use the science
Yep.
in any given moment of what's going on. At home, I can kind of go, okay, this is what's happening right now. It's okay.
Yes.
And I can build in a pause. You will notice a theme for me. That's what I learned to do.
Yes. Yeah. And that's another thing that my husband and I do. We're sort of like, take note of the, and things like that. So it's quite funny. But
You got some really cool sign language going on at home.
do,
That's excellent.
So why do you think it's important that Headspace centres offer some sorts of support for parents?
There's such a massive need out there. Headspace, from my experience, what they've done for my younger son is so phenomenal, what they do for young people. They have got every aspect of issues covered for young people, and they're working so hard to create healthy young people. But on the flip side of that coin is, at home, you need healthy parents that are coping, parents that are validated, parents that are educated to a degree to understand what's going on, because we're the ones continuing the work at home from what the young people come for an hour or two at Headspace. So I can't imagine not having this program. It has been so fun. When I walked in here, I did not know how I was going to keep going as a single parent with 2 teenage boys after everything we'd been through. Sorry. And it's made such a massive difference. And I'm not the only one out there struggling with stuff, whether it's just everyday teenage stuff or you've been through some really tough stuff in life. The parents, we were taught self-care, that it's not selfish to take a little bit of time out, but what does that time look like? Is it constructive or is it destructive? What does constructive self-care look like? I didn't know, so I was given tools with that. So now I can make choices in my week. Okay, I need to read a book, or I need to go for a walk, or I need to connect with someone. I can identify that now instead of just going for chocolate ice cream. And that's just me. That's how it's affected me. It's given me some things to work with now, because I was depleted after 3 years of getting my son through stuff, and now trying. When we came to Headspace, he was suicidal because he'd been through so much. So Headspace is helping him to stay alive. They're supporting me in that, and then now I've been able to do this course to give myself something to support myself, to fill myself up emotionally again. So this has to go out everywhere as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, I feel that the support that it's given families, my story is obviously quite different to yours, Anita.
But that's the beauty of it.
But
Every family looks different, isn't it?
Yep.
And you come for different reasons, but we all walk out with tools and stuff we can do.
And I still feel like I'm parenting in an age that I don't always understand, because I can't help myself but go back to when I was 18, this is what it looked like for me. So how come A, B and C, you know? And I think having a program like this, it sort of helped me, I don't know, just get my head around a lot of things that, you know, because I'm not parenting in my age.
No.
You know, I'm just not. So I need to accept that for starters.
Yes.
And then to work with as much knowledge as, you know, that I can get now to parent in this age and do it well and do my kids, you know, serve them exactly, you know, like I would want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love that word, serve them. That's nice.
And so what would you say to parents out there who are considering whether or not they might want to register for the Tuning Into Teens program?
Do it.
Remember, answer also.
Oh, yes.
Good work, director.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I'm like, this is going to be good. She needs to get it out there.
Anyone that's thinking of doing the course, don't be afraid of committing and saying, I'm going to do this for myself. Because even if you only walked away with 2 points, you won't. You will walk away with so much information, so much support that you can look back on in the information, filled up your own tanks of resources and reserves. But even if you only walked away with one thing, that already makes a change with your young people, doesn't it? When you just apply one thing in a skirmish or a situation or something you can see brewing, it already changes how that's going to turn out. But you'll walk away with so much more, and it just benefits your family.
Absolutely. I mean, I would encourage anybody to go ahead and do it. I think it's very insightful, but it's very simple, the whole structure.
Yes.
But I also just think it's, you know, we've all got to grow. It's not just our kids.
Yep.
We've got to lead by example. And, you know, one day in the back of my mind, I think, oh, if my daughter says to me, oh, Mum, I've just done a parenting course, I'm going to be like, good on you, honey.
Yeah.
You know, and so she can see us, you know, realising that they're a priority in our lives, and that sometimes as parents we aren't really sure what to do, and that we can go out and get the support from an organisation that's, you know, honourable and trustworthy and you know, making a huge difference, then I would say please go, you know, for everyone's sake.
And you know, on that, the teenagers are going through their issues for the first time. As parents, especially with our older ones, we're confronting that for the first time. So we're trying to learn really fast how to do something to help them, but we don't know what we're doing, or we may not know how to take a step back or how to support. The course gives you that.
And sometimes it just gives you the fact that you do know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And actually, you know, I'm okay. I did all right with that. So it's not all about, you know, what you're doing wrong all the time, but there is insights that you go, oh, I'm grateful that I know that now, and that, yeah, I'm doing okay, and we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the thing, isn't it, that Sally would bring out, that just purely the fact that we wanted to be there and to learn showed that we cared.
Absolutely.
And we were concerned and we were open to growing.
Yep.
And then anything else we did after that was all bonus, wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And
so we were already doing the right thing.
It was actually fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was.
I looked forward to it, and we had a bit of a laugh and a bit of a chat, you know, an intermission, and yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah, got to connect with other parents and see that you're all on the same page. You're all doing the best you can. You've all got challenges, but there are ways to meet it positively.
Yep.
And Louise made cake on the last day, so now every other group will go, who's going to make cake?
All I required was that Sally was bringing the Kingstons.
That's true. That was great.
That was fantastic.
That is it's way better than any clinician's.
Yeah, that's got to be, that's what we'll be leading with. That'll be the majority of what our video.
Okay, I'm exhausted.
It's outstanding.
I hope it was all right.
But it was a lot better than all right.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It was great.
Oh,
Okay.
awesome.
I don't
Well,
know, I've never
we
done
fully
anything
believe
like
in
this.
it, so
Made me cry. Could have
Yeah.
oh. But you know what though? That's kind of often parents that come to this are really struggling. You know what I mean? And they're just getting through. So that's the stuff that gives people permission to go, you know what?
But it shows people that are struggling, this is for you. You guys are in a good place, on the same page, had a few things that you wanted, and it worked for you.
And that's what was lovely.
Yeah.
Really, really complex and, you know,
your everyday average family that's really working hard.
and so that's what's wonderful about it. That's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
I thought you guys would be great. Just the whole spectrum was covered.
Yep.
So that was great.
Cool.
Well done.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So something I like to do before you get up,